Meanwhile, in the car, she wrote words. And when we got to the studio, she recorded that song with her words. And it's called Step for Lara, you know. I first met Norma in Newpark Music School. She came over at the invitation of Alan Smith to perform with the Noel Kelehan Big Band. But she was doing a master class in Newpark and she needed an accompanist, but Noel wasn't free. So she asked me to accompany Norma Winstone, you know. So she was teaching. There was a lot of a lot of singers, both male and female. Everybody was there. She had this kind of psychology of giving singers confidence in themselves, and at the same time, really dealing with how they could sing properly, the way they could hold themselves, the way they could feel. She used to talk about the sense of breathing, breath control, you know, and mic technique, using the mic and things like that, you know.
There used to be a wonderful summer school up in Belfast, outside Belfast, in the University of Ulster, and the faculty was Tommy, Ronan Guilfoyle, Keith Copeland, Norma Winstone, Kenny Wheeler, Hugh Fraser, John Toussaint. Really good faculty. It was kind of drawn from Ireland and from England, and so Tommy and Norma would have met then, and Keith Copeland, and I think it's a testament to Tommy's, like, both his spirit and his personality, that when he would meet people, you know, great musicians like that, they would form a rapport, and they would want to play with him.
So anyway, I met her there, to answer that, and we played together, our side. And after that, she was part of the Jordanstown I was talking about. She was on that as well. So I kept in contact with her, and every time she came to do a master class, either in Belfast or in Dublin, she always asked me to come and play with her. We mostly standards.
And so Norma can call anybody she likes, and Norma can play with anybody she likes, but she loves to play with Tommy. And they have a musical relationship now that goes back, I guess, it must be 20, 30 years, you know.
Somebody, I think it was Grania Farron, who was writing in the Sunday Independent, and then Ray Komsky, we played a duet in part of the festival. That's what's happened. And I brought some Hermento Pascual. I brought some Milton Nascimento. I brought Vera Cruz. I brought another one called Ludicisiades, which means like no exit or something. And she reacted very well. She said, I love that. And she learned Portuguese. She actually spoke a song in Portuguese or something. She loved Jobim's music and all that. But from that, I brought that. And then I thought some of the McCoy Tyner tunes would work, and she told me she wrote words for Celeste, which I didn't know. It was great. So we had a little program starting with those kind of people, and then we got a very good write-up from Ray Komsky. It was very good, and said that it would be interesting if they could do a CD together. It didn't happen immediately. She was busy, and we did eventually come together, and we recorded down in Dave McCune's studio down in Balbriggan, yeah. We got together. It was a great experience, and the only thing I'll say about it was that she came from Italy, and it was in July, and then July at that particular time in Ireland was also very warm, but the studio, being out in the country and all that, he didn't want to put any aircon or anything like that because it was a studio and all that. So I had a lot of problems with my guitar. I played acoustic guitar, and And she was great because, you know, she's got perfect pitch and all that, and she was she was keep, you know, tuning my guitar for me. She was great, you know, pitching her note and all that. So the very interesting thing was this. I got a friend, because it was Balbriggan, I had organised a taxi, but something had happened. I got a friend to drive us down because I didn't have a car. And I was saying to her that I wrote a tune. I played the tune in the car for her. And this was the tune I wrote for my granddaughter. And she said, keep playing it. Meanwhile, in the car, she wrote words. And when we got to the studio, she recorded that song with her words. And it's called Step for Lara, you know.
Open your heart, you're no longer free.
You know, I think what singers like is like a musician that isn't trying to outshine them, a musician that is definitely there to support them and to do what is necessary to make the music work, you know. But that when the solos happen, then there is something there that it's, you know, there's an excitement and, like I say, that warmth and energy that Tommy's able to communicate.
There you go. So that's the kind of caliber. A wonderful singer. Not only that, great personality, great company, but in a sense of playing duets was that no matter what I did, right or wrong, you just felt it didn't matter. She corrected or she would try and she had amazing insight and sense of, you know, just direction of where the music's going. She was like, you know, just ahead of you, and she could help you to really, you know, we used to play these counter lines. She would scat sing or something, and I would just play lines, and she would just make all your lines musical. That's basically what I'm saying. Amazing.